Sleep deprivation isn't just about being tired. Your brain literally starts breaking down. So, what actually happens when you don't sleep? After just one night of no sleep, it starts shutting down like a low battery phone. This is why sleep deprived people make terrible decisions. Your brain literally can't prioritize what's important. So everything feels equally urgent, like deciding whether to reply to an email or research the mating habits of sea cucumbers at 3 a.m. Next up, memory. Your hippocampus, which helps store new information, stops working efficiently. Ever studied all night for an exam and then forgotten everything? That's because your brain didn't file any of that information properly. And finally, there's cortisol, the stress hormone. With no sleep, your body pumps out more of it, making you anxious, moody, and ready to snap at people for no reason. Congratulations, you're now a cranky, forgetful mess. Okay, missing one night won't destroy you. But what happens if this becomes a habit? Long-term sleep deprivation literally shrinks your brain. Research shows it increases your risk of Alzheimer's, stroke, and cognitive decline. Think of it like running an engine with no oil. Eventually, it starts breaking down. Your brain relies on sleep to clear out toxic waste. When you don't get enough beta amyloid, a protein linked to Alzheimer's, builds up, making it harder for your neurons to communicate. That's why you feel foggy, forget things, and struggle to focus after a bad night's sleep. And your immune system? It tanks. People who sleep less than 6 hours a night are 4 times more likely to catch a cold. Sleep is when your body produces cytokines, proteins that fight infections. So if you keep getting sick, maybe it's not the mystery office virus. Maybe you just need more sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation also puts massive stress on your heart. Studies show it leads to higher blood pressure, increased cholesterol, and a greater risk of heart disease. It's like forcing your heart to run a marathon every day. Eventually, it's going to struggle. And here's something most people don't know: sleep deprivation crashes testosterone levels. Just 1 week of poor sleep can drop testosterone by 15%. That means lower energy, weaker muscles, and even decreased libido. Your body is literally running on empty. And let's talk about your metabolism. Lack of sleep makes your hunger hormones go haywire. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, spikes, and leptin, the hormone that tells you you're full, drops. That's why sleep-deprived people crave junk food and gain weight more easily. And it's not just physical. Sleep deprivation messes with your emotions too. It supercharges the amygdala, the brain's fear center, making you more anxious, irritable, and impulsive. Ever notice how everything feels 10 times more stressful when you're running on no sleep? That's your brain in survival mode. Still think skipping sleep is no big deal? Studies show people who sleep 5 hours or less per night have a 15% higher risk of early death. Your body isn't just tired, it's fighting for survival. So do yourself a favor, prioritize sleep. Your brain, your heart, your hormones, and even your mood will thank you. Now tell me, what's stopping you from getting 7 to 9 hours tonight? All right, let's talk recovery. Can you catch up on sleep? Sort of, but it's tricky. If you're one night behind, sure, sleeping in a little can help. But if you've been running on empty for weeks, bad news, you can't just binge sleep your way back to normal. Chronic sleep debt rewires your brain. It slows reaction times, weakens memory, and disrupts emotional regulation. Even if you sleep 12 hours on the weekend, your brain doesn't fully bounce back, at least not right away. In fact, studies show it takes up to 2 weeks to undo the cognitive impact of just 5 nights of short sleep. And some effects, like increased risk of heart disease and metabolic dysfunction, can linger for months. Here's how to actually fix your sleep schedule. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier each night until you're back on track. Drastic changes don't work. Small adjustments do. Think of it like jet lag. Reset gradually. Keep a consistent sleep schedule. Even on weekends, your body thrives on rhythm. A regular sleep-wake cycle keeps your circadian clock stable. Use the 90-minute rule. Wake up at the end of a sleep cycle, not in the middle of deep sleep. Waking up mid-cycle equals feeling like a zombie. Aim for multiples of 90 minutes, e.g., 6, 7.5, or 9 hours of sleep. If you're desperate, try a 20-minute power nap, but don't go beyond that or you'll wake up groggy. Short naps equals energy boost. Long naps equals sleep inertia, aka nap hangover. Limit screen time before bed. Blue light messes with your melatonin. Use night shift mode, or better yet, ditch screens an hour before bed. Keep your room cold and dark. Your body sleeps better in cooler temps. Aim for 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. Darkness signals melatonin release, helping you fall asleep faster. No caffeine after 2 p.m., unless you enjoy staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. Caffeine has a 6-hour half-life, so that afternoon espresso is still in your system at bedtime. Try magnesium. It's a natural sleep booster most people don't get enough of. Magnesium helps calm the nervous system. Best sources? Almonds, spinach, or a magnesium glycinate supplement. Skipping sleep is not a flex. It's slow motion brain sabotage. You wouldn't starve yourself for days and expect one big meal to fix it, right? Same goes for sleep. Treat it like nutrition for your brain, because once the damage adds up, it's hard to undo. Now, what's one thing you're changing tonight to fix your sleep? All right, let's dive into this. What's the longest you've ever stayed awake? I once pushed it to 36 hours, and let me tell you, it was a wild ride. The first few hours, I felt invincible, like I could conquer the world. But after that, it was a different story. My brain turned to mush, and I started seeing things that weren't there. So, what's your record? Let's see who's the real sleep-deprived champion here. But remember, sleep deprivation isn't a badge of honor. It's a health risk. So, if this video saved you from another all-nighter, do your brain a favor and hit that like button